at all that stuff tomorrow evening and Monday and look to repair a few things. But I think that last however many minutes, however many phases, I don't know the stats yet, but to grind it out like that, to go for the 22 with Hendy claiming that, then Earlsey claiming a cross kick, and then to keep the phases together and keep building pressure and keep getting a bit of go forward and to eventually pull the trigger, and Johnny does his bit of magic. They're the moments, like if you take it on its own, they're the moments you want to play sport for, that kind of feeling when you get a win like that, you snatch a win like that. So there's a good feeling in the dressing room at the moment, and we'll enjoy it. And we know we do have a bit of work, a few things to repair, and we get better next week.
Creatively, you didn't do a whole pile today, even though it was a spectacular finish and that will never be forgotten. Do you know why that was at this stage? Is that something you'd be disappointed with?
Yeah, to be honest, a little bit. I think the conditions played into that, and the way the game ebbed and flowed. There was a lot of kickable penalties that we took. Usually not usually in a different situation, you'd probably go down the line and look to attack them a little bit more, and then go back to my first point about the weather and the slippery ball and the breakdown especially. They put a lot of pressure on our break. I think we're a really good side. When we get in the front foot, like any good side is, but I think they targeted our breakdown and they did quite a good job on it. They were probably a little bit ill-disciplined in that area, which stopped us getting a bit of momentum and getting into our attacking game and our phase game, which will be a little bit frustrating, but that's probably one area that we'll look to build on. But that being said, we got a lot of penalties out of that, and we were probably a little bit frustrated that we couldn't get quicker ball at times, and that's something that we'll look at.
Could you just describe what was actually going through your head when you're in your 22 at the start of 40 phases? What were you thinking?
You try and just focus on your next job. That's and you hear a lot of sports people say that, your next job, how are we going to get the 22 back? And then, in fairness to Johnny, he had the confidence and to go for that cross kick to Earlsey, and then where do we go from there? It's just next job. What's the next phase, and what do you need to get right? And I thought it was really clinical by us, and on a dry day, sunny day, it's a lot easier to do that. I think with the conditions, a lot of credit has to go to our forwards for, control of the ball and in greasy conditions with the line speed differential bringing. I thought it was really, really impressive, and you're just kind of in a little bit of a flow situation, and you've good chat from lads around you. We know what to do in that situation, and I thought we executed it really well. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes the drop goal goes wider. Someone might spill it. It needed a lot of. Obviously Johnny will get the plaudits, and rightly so. But I think the forwards to control the ball in all those phases and get a little bit of momentum every time. They deserve massive credit.
Psychologically, what will that do for you? Those are the championship minutes. The start of a championship.
Huge. I think it's going to be a completely different Monday now. Doubts do creep into your head towards the end of the game. You're trying to stay focused and stay positive and try to get something out of it. But it's going to be a completely different Monday. This was really important for us to come here and get a win, and we'll look at Italy and the games after that. But had we lost here, it would have been a different picture for the Six Nations. Everyone knows that. So. Mindset wise, it's great to sneak a win here, and people will be a lot more positive coming in for the review, albeit there's a good few things to work on.
And what's Johnny saying to you? Do you hear him behind you calling it, and what are you thinking in your head when he's calling it?
No, you've got a rough idea of the distance he needs for a drop kick, and then you're communicating with the forwards, and you got to keep an eye on him. And I think it was just a look, really. I think you can judge by his body language, and he kind of gave me a bit of a shunt to the eyebrows to kind of know he needed it, and we got a bit of momentum and got a quick ruck, and that was perfect for us. It's much more difficult to do when it's slow and you have to go back, and he's gotten way more kick down pressure. The French probably thought, I don't think there was too many of them in the kick chase, but a few of them probably thought we were going to go again with the forward. So I thought we timed it quite well, and like I said, sometimes that doesn't really work, and it's a really difficult thing to do. So as a 15, and obviously the guys who came on, I thought it was a really clinical way to close out a game.
He was wheeling off, looked like he was one of the first guys to know he'd got it. When did you realise that was going over the bar?
I don't know. When I turned around, he was literally down at the other 22. I don't know where he was going. He claims he was going down to look at the other screen, but there was one right in front of him. But I knew when he struck it, it looked like it had the legs. It was a sweet strike, and I did look back. Nigel took a while to put his arm in the air, and then yeah, like I said, they're the moments that you'll remember forever. You know, those are really special moments where you're just ecstatic with joy, and you know, I'm sure we'll see it. We get a bit of stick for it in the review. You know, we celebrate like footballers, but it was natural. You know, like I said, they're the moments you enjoy.
Was it like the Matrix? Was it in slow-mo, that ball as it spun towards the post? Because up in the stand it seemed to take about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Especially when Nigel had to go under, and then I don't know how far it got over by, but he went over to make sure. He ran up underneath the post to make sure it went over. But yeah, pretty much slow motion, surreal kind of moment. But yeah, really enjoyable.
A couple of fresher faces had big impacts down there.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, really good. And we spoke about it at the start of the campaign. You know, these young guys, they're playing such good rugby at the moment, and you know, it's really important for them to come into this group and add something. And they're confident young lads, and they did really. I thought James, all day he kept offering up the carry and kept getting us go forward ball in tricky situations, and then Dan came on and added an awful lot, especially in those phases leading up to the drop goal. You know, he gave us those inches by inches that we needed. You know, and there's a host of young fellas. You know, Jacob again had another strong outing, and those guys will grow from this. Winning in France isn't easy. You know, look at I don't know what the record is, 4 times in I don't know how many years. So you know, they'll grow from this, and we'll kick on hopefully.